Do you ever think that you might have done some things over there that you wish you hadn't?
I'm willing to meet my creator and answer for every shot that I took.
Rated R.
Hello, I'm the Universal Critic. I talk about whatever I want, whenever I want. Well, the Oscars are just a few weeks away, so I figured it was high time for me to start seeing some Oscar bait movies. That, and a lot of the Oscar noms are finally getting wider releases, so that helps too. And the first Oscar flick I've gotten the chance to see is today's film, American Sniper. Based on a true story, American Sniper focuses on the life of Navy SEAL Chris Kyle, played by Bradley Cooper. Kyle went on to become the most lethal sniper in US history, as the tagline says, with 160 confirmed kills. But getting a title like that inevitably gives one some baggage. Not only does Kyle have to deal with the horrors of war, but also post-traumatic stress disorder, which it takes an especially heavy toll on his marriage to his wife Taya, played by Sienna Miller. The film expertly balances both Kyle's experiences at home and on the front line. I personally think the former is stronger though, at least for me. We've got dozens upon dozens of films focusing on soldiers in battle, but much less common are stories of the struggle to readjust to civilian life, which is a battle I don't even pretend to understand. Cooper does an excellent job in showing just how disconnected a man in Kyle's position can be, with memories of the war haunting him at every turn. It's played in a very somber and realistic way. This ain't no First Blood after all, but you always see that his time as a soldier may be turning him into something slightly less human, and he has to fight tooth and nail to bring himself back down to earth. Miller also captures her character very well, with her being far more than just the typical little wife sitting at home on the sidelines crying and waiting for her man to come home. You see the torment she is going through, having the man she loves be so far away from her and her children. You see the unease with which she must accept that her husband has to do some very dark things on a daily basis. She supports her husband and loves him very much, of course, but if anything, that just makes what she's going through even harder. The battle scenes are suitably bloody and exhilarating, even if at times the CGI is a little shaky. What makes them truly shine is the character dynamics, not so much with Cooper and his fellow soldiers. That's just kind of the typical frat boy-esque male bonding you see in most other films of this type. The real standout is the dynamic between Cooper and his rival, a bounty hunter named Mustafa. Despite being given virtually no dialogue, Mustafa serves as an imposing and menacing parallel to Cooper. We have a brief scene with Mustafa leaving his family behind, you can guess what that's supposed to mirror, and his cold, calculating nature shows us just what Cooper might turn into under circumstances not too dissimilar from the ones he's currently in. And the scene with the family, however brief, does humanize Mustafa somewhat, even if said humanity has long since been buried under many layers of cold-heartedness and radical Islam. Overall, I give American Sniper a high big screen rating. It's a visceral and thought-provoking look at a fascinating life and one of the most important issues of our day. It also manages to be pretty politically even-handed, if not apolitical, which is rare nowadays. After all, going to extremes is easy, finding middle ground is hard. I'm the Universal Critic. I talk about whatever I want, whenever I want. Goodbye.